What is up, y'all? Thank you for listening to the show today. I am doing it while I'm on a walk because I have an insane amount of cardio right now to do because I am on a prep for a show. If you've ever prepped for a bodybuilding show, you got to get peeled to the bone. But anyway, here we go. I want to tell y'all about a meeting I had with my billionaire coach today. All right. He told me, Travis, I want you spending more time finding mobile home park deals because you're badass at them. I know you're running this wholesale company. I know you're doing this. I know you're doing that. But I really want you to focus in, hone in on this. I said, cool. I said, how much time? He said, 3 hours a day. I said, cool, let's do it. So I started calling on land in south of San Antonio because that's where I like to build, outside of city limits. And well, first I went to mobilehomeparkstore.com and I called everything that was on listed. Right? Talk to owners, talk to agents, nothing. I was like, damn, well, I've built a park before. Maybe I could just build one. So I started calling for land south of San Antonio where I like it. And I'm calling people. I call one dude, it's the agent. He's actually the owner. He wants 150 grand for 4 acres, unrestricted OCL. That means it's outside of city limits. And he didn't want to hold paper at first. Holding paper means seller finance. He's like, you know what? I'll seller finance it to you. I said, cool. What does that look like? He said, I want $1,500 a month and I want 15K down. I said, look, bro, I'm looking to build a mobile home park. This thing isn't going to cash flow for 6 months. I could do it sooner, but it's not going to cash flow at the gate. So would you be interested in just partnering with me? I'll give you a little percentage. He's like, nah, I don't want that. I said, what do you want? He's like, I want to make something monthly and I need money down. That's what I want. I said, how about this? I'll give you $500 a month for the first 6 months. I'll probably have it built in 4 months, but let's call it 6. There's a lot to do. First 6 months, and then I'll give you your 15 grand down because when I'm planning to build, it'll make 16 grand a month. And then I'll give you your 15 grand down and I'll give you your $1,500 a month. I didn't mention interest. Hear me when I say that. He's like, damn, that sounds pretty good. And he started worming around a little bit in his words, but he said he'd do that. So anyway, I had my transaction coordinator write this up and they're like, I don't know how the hell to write this up. What the hell do I do? Anyway, what I had them do was use the normal Trek form, and because it's a real estate agent that owns it, I'm not going to use our homemade contract that allows us to sign, novate, all that, even though Trek forms you could still assign with, so don't get me wrong there. But anyway, I had them do a regular contract, 1-to-4 Trek form, $149,000 purchase price with a seller finance addendum. I did $100 earnest, $10 option, 30-day close. This dude said we could close. He'd love to get a $500 payment next month. I said, cool. Oh, my rebuttal to that was, bro, what if this, I said, look at my perspective. I said, what if this thing sits on the market 6 months? Like, I think it's around here. You would have made 2 grand by then. But instead, you're gonna let it sit on the market. That was one of my sales points. But anyway, I didn't use the 1-to-4 contract. I used the unimproved, for my prep brain, I used the unimproved land contract, and it was 20-day option because I need to get with the city, the county, make sure I could do what I want. And I'll tell y'all what's in my head and how I came to my numbers here in a minute. And I did 500 earnest, $10 option, seller finance addendum. I had my transaction coordinator type in, which is a VA, type in the escalating payments and stuff. So we got that handled. You can mark up contracts, put what the hell you want on them. Nothing got to be standard, right? Real estate, everything's negotiable. So I'm not a by the book guy whatsoever. So I'm marking up stuff all the time, and we're going to do a deal. We both going to be happy and we're going to do a deal. So here's how this looks, and here's how I penciled it out on paper. $150,000 purchase price. And you could write this too. This is how my mind works. $150,000 purchase price. I can put 4-plex units, which are mobile homes, but 4 doors with infrastructure on each, meaning septic, water, because there's water at the road, for $100,000 each. All right. And I get $2,800 for each $100,000. $100,000 includes my infrastructure and the unit, which is $80,000. I could do each one infrastructure for $20K. So anyway, I can put 2 on an acre. There's just under 4 acres. So I'm assuming 1 acre I'm not going to be able to use. They're pretty adamant about it being a full acre. So I'll put on each acre 8 doors times 3 acres. That's 24 units. So 8, 24, 8, 16, 24. Actually, I rounded it up. I could get 32 units. All right, so I could put 32 units on there. All right, I'm gonna get $700 per door, 32 units. Do the math, right? So my debt service for everything, I'd be like 850,000 in if you look at the calculator, and I'd be bringing in over 16,000 a month. So that meets my 2% rule too. And I get land essentially for $500 a month up front. Exactly what I want. And what I do is I would raise capital with like private capital to get the infrastructure done, to get the units. They might finance me the units because I bought some before, but I would just get private capital. I'd be like, hey, I'm raising whatever, right? 700, 800 G's, who wants in? I'll give you a 10% interest rate. That way I don't have to go to the banks or anything. Friends, family, that kind of stuff's cool to do. But I wanted to walk you through, and sorry, I'm on a walk. I don't have a pen and paper to go over my numbers with you, but that's how I formulated all that. And that's how I made a 0% offer today. Hopefully it gets signed, but I at least want to take you through that exercise so you as possible, because people get stopped. They think that they're not able to do these kind of things. They're like, well, I don't want to spend that kind of money, or they don't have that money. All you need is creativity. I tell my team this every day. Y'all, we're problem solvers. We're in the problem solving business. That's why we get paid. When we solve a problem, the money shows up. That's with any business too. And real estate, we get to do that every day. Thank y'all so much for hearing me yap, going with me on my walk today. And man, keep crushing it. Let's rock.